Alright, hey, what's up? I'm BGL. 2 weeks ago, Samsung launched their most powerful and the most highly recommendable iPad Pro. But wait, this is Android and also from Samsung. Well, this is the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. This is the first time Samsung named their tablet the Galaxy Tab lineup Ultra for the first time. And it also has a couple of reasons why they call it the Ultra. So for a lot of time, or for like a lot of years, we know that none of the tablets from Android just can't beat the iPad Pro, because iPad Pro is just way ahead to the OS optimization and the apps for that. For creators, LumaFusion is just one of the apps that is just creators buying an iPad for, because that is just pretty much like a Premiere Pro or a Final Cut Pro for the iPad. But still, I don't know why Apple doesn't make it for the iPads, the Final Cut Pro, like a light edition or something like that. But just why Apple, why just not doing that? But fine, the tablet was just not as good compared to iPad Pro. But Samsung did something that is just the iPad Pro for Android, like pretty much the iPad Pro for Android. So let's talk about that. So yeah, let's know what is this impressive and why am I just mentioning iPad Pro for Android. Let's talk about that. Now the specs are the one that shows what is capable of. The design, this is a huge deal. So get it, well, I'll explain why this is a huge deal. Let me explain you why. It is a 14.6 inch. Yes, it is just way bigger than the iPad Pro. If you just thought the iPad Pro was like so huge, well, this is way huge than that. You know why I just mentioned huge deal? Fine, never mind. 1848 by 2960p resolution display, plenty of resolution, and 16 by 10 aspect ratio with less than 500 nits of brightness based on Dave to this video that he mentioned on that. Super AMOLED 120Hz HDR10 Plus support. Surprisingly, this is thinner than the iPad Pro, only 5.5mm and 726 grams. It also has a stylus like last year, but with improved and with less latency, and using AI it would be like drawing with a pencil on a paper. It just will be that smooth, only 2.8 milliseconds. But it would be better if we had the stylus built into the housing like the Galaxy S22 Ultra. It will be like way portable. However, this is the important part when you need to buy a Tab S8 Ultra. So hear it carefully, don't skip it. When you make a smartphone or any other device thinner, you will have a couple of issues. First of all, in this case, the chipset. It is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, the fastest and the high-end chip for Android, but still it is a couple of generations slower than the A15 Bionic chip, which is bad, but this is the fastest chip that Android has. But that generates a lot of heat, like insane amount of heat. So that's why when you just see keynotes or on the CES or product launch, you will see they just explain the vapor chamber or the cooling system separately without just saying, yeah, we have better cooling. They just explain it inch by inch, this is why they just explaining it a lot, because it generates a lot of heat to get that performance. It's not like the A15 generate less heat but just give insane amount of performance. It's not like that. So what Samsung did is this is actually rumored, we don't know officially this, but Samsung downclocked the chip to get that cooling and to make the CPU healthier. Because if you just let it generate a lot of heat with the base clock or the overclock the chip, it will generate a lot of heat. It is only 5.5mm. It is just thinner than the iPad Pro. So you just need to sacrifice the performance. It is just not as good as the S22 Ultra, which is like a smartphone. So it should perform well than the smartphone, but still this is just performing way below, which is kind of bummer. But we can't do it because Samsung just I think mainly focused on the thinner and the portability. So yeah, just don't try to bend it. If the iPad Pro just bends and flips half, yeah, this will definitely just will be like crushed when you try to bend it. So yeah, just don't try it. So yeah, that's just about the performance. So yeah, it's not as good, but still I'm just talking a lot about it. Like, just keep in mind of that. Oh, I almost forget, it is running Android 12 One UI 4.1 from factory. The performance is not good, so I just mentioned that. Like, but still this is way better in battery life and like beats last year's chip's performance. And also it has more apps such as LumaFusion, which is coming soon to Samsung and many other smartphones or just many other devices. Like, but we just still know that Samsung just having the LumaFusion, only that company. And also it has the customization available because of course it is running Android. Well, I'm not going to talk about the cameras because the tablet isn't meant for the cameras. It's only for like quick snaps, like emergency purposes, that kind of stuff. It's just not meant for that camera quality, so I'm just not going to talk about it. But if you still want to shoot it's just fine. It's like mid-range quality, or it's not as good as the flagships. So just please don't shoot videos or photos in public with that 14.6-inch display. It just looks pretty odd and weird. So I hope you guys won't do that. The storage is 120 gigs up to 512 gigs of storage. Can go more with micro SD because it has an expansion slot. Starts at 8 gigs of RAM for base storage, 12 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of RAM for 512 gigs of storage. Finally, 4 speakers. Yes, these are stereo, under display optical sensor. Thank you Samsung, thank you, because I've never seen any other tablets having an optical sensor on the tablet, because most of them, or like all of them, and except the Tab S8 Ultra, have the power button, like the fingerprint sensor built into the power button, which is not as good in my opinion, because most of the time you will have your hands or your fingers on the screen. So if it have the optical fingerprint sensor on the screen, will be like great and quick. You just don't need to like wait, or you just don't need to go to the power button to unlock the smartphone, because you just hold it like this. So like we just put it like this and it will just instantly unlock, right? Or mostly instant. But I think this is just way better. Thanks Samsung for doing this. I think most of the companies also should do this, but still, if it all the companies, or even the Tab S9 Ultra or something like that, had the power button like built in together with the fingerprint sensor, means also it will be fine. But I think this is just way better. Finally, the battery. It has a 11,200 mAh battery, which is plenty of juice, with 45 watts of fast charging capability, which is also good. So yeah, just think to feel that with a 5-watt charger, yeah, it will just took like 2 weeks. Like Dave today also mentioned this on his video. So yeah, that's about it. The S22 Ultra was like the top end for the Samsung on the smartphone, and the Tab S8 Ultra is like the most powerful, or arguably the most excellent, or like the perfect thing, whatever you just need to call it as. Like, it is just way better compared to other Android tablets. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, let's end the video right here with this happy ending. So hope you enjoyed it. Sub if you loved it, and to get videos like this every time, so subscribe. It will just help me to like encourage me, motivate me to make more videos. So that's pretty much it. Catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.